Each week, the Abner Batuta Foundation in Madrid opens its doors to several students. It's a safe space for migrants, helping them plan their path into a new society. Abdelila arrived in the country 5 years ago in search of a better future.
My dream is to work as an electrician. I'm currently undocumented, which makes it difficult for me to find a job. Even so, there are more opportunities here than in my country.
Abdelila has been studying Spanish for a few months and knows that only by integrating he will be able to make a living and reach his goals.
Learning the language has been quite difficult for me. I didn't have many opportunities to learn Spanish.
Aziz has worked at the foundation for several years and has a clear understanding of what migrants need to do to begin integrating as soon as they arrive.
The first thing we focus on with them is teaching the language, as we believe it's essential for easing their integration into Spanish society.
An aging population and alarmingly low birth rate is putting Spain in a precarious position for the future. Spain's government acknowledges that significant migration is necessary to sustain its welfare state. Institutions like the European Commission and the IMF estimate the country will need between 200,000 and 250,000 migrants annually until 2050 to do so. Despite Spain's needs, the EU is revising its migration policy in a more right-leaning parliament, focusing on anti-migration measures to stop illegal crossings at the southern border.
The content of the current pact is disappointing, as it essentially focuses on border control and access to the European Union.
Dramatic images of boats arriving at Spanish coasts have pushed migration to the top of Spaniards' concerns, as reported by a government survey. However, NGOs highlight that the majority of undocumented foreigners, around 77%, come from Central or Southern America, with only 9.2% originating from Africa. This misconception complicates life for all migrants in Spain, particularly those crossing the southern border. In the meantime, Abdelila works hard to make up the time after having a difficult start.
I felt quite lonely. I spent a long time living on the streets, and even though I have my sister in Barcelona, I never wanted to be a burden.
As Spain lives one of the most dramatic episodes since 2006, when over 30,000 migrants landed on the Canary Islands, the country seeks new ways to balance humanitarian and economic challenges. Xaume Olleros, TRT World, Madrid.